You were a Ron Paul supporter in the presidential campaign.
Tell us about the presidential race. I mean, the Ron Paul endorsement. I mean, that generated a lot of attention because, I mean, you're a fairly high-profile senator. Ron Paul has not been particularly high in the polls here. What led you to that decision, and what do you and more importantly, where do you see the presidential race going right now?
Well, first part of your question, I've known Ron Paul for a couple of years. I've read several of his books. Most recently, a book called Liberty Defined. I think that of all the presidential candidates on the GOP side, he's the one that's looking back to the founding documents. He's the one that's trying to say, wait a minute, we never intended back in 1789 to create a federal government with all-encompassing powers. And I think he brought a measured approach to getting back to individual liberty, economic freedom, and I think he's the only one talking about the issue in those terms. So for me, it was a chance with all the eyes of the nation on South Carolina to stand up and to talk about something that I believed in. I believe in his message of constitutional government. I believe in his message of individual liberty. I mean, so for me, it was an easy call. I said to my wife, this may not be a popular political decision. It may not be what most people do. But then she said to me, do what you think is right. And so bottom line is, I did what I thought was right, irrespective of what the political consequences were.